When you were growing up, were you a hard kid for your parents to kind of deal with, or do you think that they?
No, I tried to keep my personal life very separate from my family. I knew
Were you really?
I didn't want to bring trouble home because that's everyone I looked at people who would get in trouble a lot, and it's like they'd leave their cigarettes out. They'd tag up their own garage, like whatever.
Right.
I was just like, leave that shit outside.
So you were good at hiding things.
I was like a Michael Clayton of bad kids. I was like a fixer. I was like, all right, here's what we're gonna do.
He's the fixer.
Yeah, have you seen that movie with George Clooney?
Mm-mm.
He's a lawyer who kind of like, I mean, I guess he doesn't fix the major problems in the movie, but he's a fix. Yeah, he just is a like, we're gonna get it. There it is.
Oh,
the truth can be adjusted.
Yeah.
There you go. That should be the
Because
tagline for stand-up comedy.
A lot of these sound like the titles for specials that you would have. I feel like.
Yeah, the truth can be adjusted. John Mulaney, baby J.
But yeah, do you feel like it was any part of your like childhood that like that you see that like part of your addiction, like, or do you not? Is there not a big connection there?
Yeah, there's. I mean,
is that a weird question?
No, not at all. I do what I do, and I don't let it interfere with business, aka in that case, school.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't let it interfere with my business, meaning 8th grade, freshman year of high school. And I don't bring that shit home. I don't smoke pot in my parents' house. Whatever it was, I took great pride in having a hard separation between my life and my family. Like real mafia like rules. Like we don't talk. I don't bring that home to my family.
Yeah. That's pretty amazing.
Yeah. And because it made my life easier not to.
Yeah.
I mean, I almost got kidnapped twice and I didn't tell my parents because I thought it was going to gum up
dinner.
Yeah, I just thought it was like, I need to be able to move free around the city. I'm 8 years old. Yeah. Okay. I got shit to do. And if they think, it's dangerous, this is going to slow me down.
Yeah. That's kind of the voice that comes out sometimes in your material. You'll be telling a story about being 8 years old. You're like, but I need to be able to move free about the city. Right?
I don't have time for this shit.
Yeah. This is the game I'm in, folks.
This is the game I'm in. Yeah. These are the decisions I've made.
Yeah. These are the decisions.
These are the choices we've made. Were you a happy kid?
Yeah, I think I was just kind of a loner. I didn't really trust the world, so I got into my own space pretty early.
What were your hobbies?
I like to collect stuff and hide it under I had 3 shelving unit in my closet.
I like to hide weapons under my bed.
Did you?
Yeah, for home invasions.
Oh, yeah.
Crowbar, hammers.
Wow.
Yeah, ready to rock. I was on the 3rd floor of our house. And
damn.
I figured I'd hear. I thought no one in my family was ready. That's what I thought. I saw Cape Fear, the Robert De Niro one.
Oh.
My dad's a lawyer, like Nick Nolte in that movie. And I was like, oh my God, Nick Nolte gets his ass kicked. Like my dad would get his ass kicked by Robert De Niro.
Yeah.
Long-haired Robert De Niro would beat the shit out of my dad. So I started putting weapons under my bed and I was just ready to go. And my whole plan was the circuits for the house were also on the 3rd floor. So I was going to shut all the power off.
Nice.
And now they're on my turf. Now I'm in charge.
Dang.
Yeah. And I'm 10 and I got a crowbar.
But you're planning. It's interesting to have almost so many of your own like plans.
It was stressful though.
Oh, yeah.
My parents wouldn't set the alarm. I was just like, you are fools. This is a dangerous world.
Yeah.
And I'm the only one ready to rock. I am locked and loaded.
Bro, I was so scared. Like our neighborhood, like people were like dogs were always giving birth and people were always like, they would always catch men like kind of gaying around, like married men, like in abandoned pools and shit in the neighborhood. And people were always doing pills and, and getting, filing lawsuits down at the fairground. Because you could go to the fairgrounds like a day early down there and for 50 cents you could ride any ride.
Why were people filing lawsuits?
Because they go do that and then they try to, half the people that show up are like laying outside of the rides.
Oh,
like,
I got you.
like
Okay.
they're hurt.
Yeah.
It's just that kind of shit. Like,
Did you feel unsafe as a kid?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, people would drive by our house and like throw rocks through the windows and yell the N-word and stuff. And it's like, we're not even... it's just like...
That could be very confusing to a kid.
Yeah. I was like, well, I don't even know
Yeah.
what's happening, you know? It was just a scary place, right? And so I remember at night, I wet the bed every night.
Sure.
I'd wet the bed 2 or 3 times a night. And so I'd get up some nights and have to clean the sheets and lay them back down. And then if I did a third time, I wouldn't even have any sheets.
What a lonely activity that is.
Oh, it was
little
the
kid in the
worst.
middle of the night, just when you're washing your own sheets, just waiting by the dryer. I'd be like, all right, this is up all night. No one's, maybe your parents know, but
Just smoking invisible cigarettes even.
yeah, just like,
Ugh, I got to be.
okay, I'll switch them. What a lonely little errand kids have to do.
Dude, that probably was one of the loneliest moments of I would say, of my childhood. Not to try to get into self-pity, but it's like, that was something. It would be like, man, I hate that I do this because I'm scared. I feel like something's wrong with me. And then I always have to do this by myself, you know?
Oh,
Because
yeah.
it would take a good 20 minutes if you clean your bed up and then put on some other sheets and then, you know, even if you didn't have to go wash them, you know, if you had to wash them the next day or something, but just to make it all clean, you know, get out the Comet or the
sure.
cleanser and clean the stuff. But I remember I would look in my closet, I would tie a string from one doorknob to the other. Like I'd have to look outside of the windows and look in every corner, just making sure.
Why would you tie a string from one doorknob to the other?
And then I put a couple of a couple jingle bells on it.
Okay.
And then you would hear them if somebody went one way or the other.
If someone was coming into your room.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there was just like a lot of fear. I had a ton of fear when I was a kid, I think.
Yeah.